Sometime last century, I bought my first 928 S2. I loved it, kept it for 7 years. Later on, I owned this one, a 928 S4. I should never have sold it. A young student pestered me, bought it, and crashed it twice in the first week. I blame myself as much as him. But the love of these old V8s never died. So if you saw Chapter 1, I snapped this old bus up at auction, sight unseen. A gamble? Yes. Is it any good? Who knows? Let's start the process of finding out. Very first drive in the 928. Unregistered, no number plates, which means no personal accident insurance. If you run over somebody on a pedestrian crossing, we're gone. But this is the way it works. You need to get the thing inspected. You can drive it directly to an inspection station to get it inspected. Oh, rides the bumps well. Literally very first drive. I mean, I drove it 100 metres from the transporter back to home. Yeah, classic 928. Point's okay. Steering's a bit heavy. Hear that gentle burble. Even better in second gear. There's something about 928s that just create this sense of calm when you're driving. It's just a nice car. It'd be a bit calmer if I had air conditioning that worked because it's quite hot. But first impressions, really good. Really enjoying it. It's tight. If I go this way, we'll avoid going right past the front of Hornsby Police Station, which isn't a problem. I just don't want to have to give them the explanation and the story. I am not going to open that sunroof. I know from experience the sunroof, they open and they go, they just don't want to close. So we're not going to do that. But it actually drives quite well. The faster you go, the better it gets. How does it pull? Yeah, typical 928. Makes the right sounds, top end. You need 4,000 revs in these things before they actually get up and go. Isn't that funny? V8, and there just ain't no torque down low. Well, not much anyway. Got too used to modern cars that just pull so much better. And here we are, we'll see what Matt thinks of it. Oh, beautiful. And there he is. If you want a good mechanic, young Matt here, Coyer works in Hornsby Heights. I'm sure this will change, but he chronically undercharges me.
Gee, look at it. So it's a 2+2?
Yeah, 2+2.
Yep.
That's what I need. And there's the bloke to do it. So, who are you?
I'm Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Yep.
What's Coyer Works mean?
So I started in a shed. I was mainly doing Japanese cars and loose translation shed in Japanese. Yeah, so
okay.
You know, I do a lot of French cars.
Yep. That's right. You had 9 years with Renault.
9 years with Renault, yeah. So
I'm going to get Mark Williamson to come and see you because he's just bought this Megane
Yep,
RS 265, and
Great
I've given you a big rap. So
yep.
So you'll see him. But for the moment,
Yep, here we are.
This is not Japanese.
Today we're working on
Yeah, you're getting to know it.
Yeah,
It's your first introduction to the new baby.
your second Porsche I've seen.
Yes,
The second one
of the 8 that I've had. Yeah. Anyway, first thing we got to do is make it legal to drive it around.
Yeah, get some number plates on it.
Yep.
And for so far, it looks very roadworthy. I see all the lights work. That's good.
We didn't throw the horn. Oh, only one's working.
One, yeah.
We're down one horn. That's not how they're meant to sound. That's lame. You do MIG welding and TIG welding and all sorts of fabrication stuff, don't you?
And make a mess.
You're good at making a mess.
Yeah.
Holy smoke, Matt. I shouldn't show this on YouTube because this is untidy.
This is right, yeah. It's goes from a nice shop to a mess very fast.
This is a Porsche 928 S, 1984 model. 4.7 litre V8, 310 horsepower, 221 kilowatts, 400 newton meters, I think. Yeah, that's better.
This sounds nice.
You got it.
Yeah.
If you ever, do you know what this is?
Is that to deflect water?
No. It's at high speed when you're putting the windows up on the Autobahn, the windows get sucked out.
Yeah.
And it's to make sure it guides it into its slot and not outside the slot, I think. I believe that's what they're for. The rubber's getting tired here, and the paint's, there's corrosion under there, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's cool, eh?
Overall, like as a package, it looks good. You know.
Yep.
All the-
600 kilograms of steel in the front, in the cage around the cabin. They're really, really solid. You can turn them upside down and drop them, and you're super safe in these cars.
Wow.
With aluminium bits around the outside. If you see the bonnet there, you know it's a long bonnet, but
Yes.
feel the weight of that.
Oh yeah, that's nothing, isn't it?
No. What have you found?
Yeah.
You like that?
Wow. Yeah, it's nice. That sounds good when you drove in. That's for sure.
A lot of people put 350 Chevs in them, and it saves a lot of weight because it's a big, wide V8. Twin distributors, only for the 84 year.
Wow. I like.
Surprising how much stuff you can get in here. That's the rear
Oh, the actual
windscreen wiper. That's the wiper.
How good's that? Like, no, we won't hide that. It's fine
Yeah.
to have it on display.
Toolkit, what have we got in here? As usual, not much there. It's still got the towing hook.
Yep.
All the spanners are missing.
Gone. Yep. It's
And
like
the-
laser light roofing.
Yes, yes it is. Can you imagine anything more frail?
Yeah.
And then the
Oh,
old
it's-
Space Saver.
Who would have thought that even back then they had that expanding tyre?
Yeah. Doesn't have the toolkit and the inflator and the pump and all the things you're meant to get with it, unfortunately. But corrosion-wise, not too bad.
It
and
looks
in case
pretty
you
good.
find the battery, it's under there. And it's nice and low because it's massive. It's a truck battery.
Oh, right. I suppose all that thick cabling and... What's the weight of this car?
1520, I think, something like that. Not too bad. But,
Yeah, it's...
but considering they're quite small, it's as long as a 3 Series BMW of the era. They're not that big. They just look big because they've got this long aircraft carrier bonnet on the front.
Yeah.
But they're not a big car.
No, you're right.
So for a small
me.
sports car, it's pretty heavy.
It's funny, like when you look at the actual top shape of it, it's like an egg, you know.
Oh, that's a classic.
You like it?
Yes.
Saying it's a classic doesn't mean you like it, though. You don't. It's funny how inset the wheels are from the outside. It's a very unfashionable look to have the wheels in so far like that.
Yeah.
And as I said to Matt, they're not very torquey down low. Unlike American V8s, it's top end. So they really sing in the $4,000 to $6,000 region. But by that stage, you're already well over the limit. So lots of little things to watch out for in these cars. Longest timing belt ever fitted to a production car, 7 feet long.
Wow.
Under there, so it goes right out here, around. There's the cam covers each side, so it goes around and around and all over the place.
Be interesting to see it with the covers off, you know, just to go, look at that.
Yeah.
There'd be rollers and rollers and rollers and...
Quite a big job to change it with a water pump.
I bet.
One little thing that I've just noticed. This is the headlight raiser bar. So when you turn the headlights on, they lever up.
Yes.
So that thing rotates, but this circlip tends to fall off, as it has.
Yep.
And what can happen is this arm then falls off, and it just sits there. So when you turn the motor on, it's a really strong motor.
Oh, it drives...
It leans on the
radiator core.
and it just drives it straight through the radiator.
Oh, no way.
I haven't seen it happen, but I've heard of it happen.
Yeah.
So
That becomes unexpected.
I've got some circlips here.
yeah,
We'll put one on.
they've run out of these as well, these expansion tanks. So to find one that's in good condition is good because they're starting to make aftermarket aluminium ones to replace.
Yep.
And of course, you can imagine, you know what happens with these. They go bad.
Yeah. There's actually surprisingly a bit of room under the manifold there. Like, once
Yeah.
that's off, it's all
Yeah.
there for you.
When you do the timing belts, there's just a free pulley. It's really important you do the bolt on the pulley as well
Yes.
because
It's known to
it
break.
is known to fail. There
Are
are a
these
couple of,
interference motors?
yes, they are.
They are, okay.
Yeah. There's a couple of things you really need to do that people don't do. The camshaft bolts need tightening every so often because they do come loose and then you get a bit of whip and they break a camshaft.
Yep, wow.
Also on the torque tube, because it's a transaxle design, so you've got a solid torque tube with a shaft running through the middle of it. At the back, there's a thrust plate you have to tighten up and it gets loose. And when it works loose, the shaft moves and it grinds out at the front, at the back of the block. And so it moves and it wrecks the block. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but I do know Bruce Buchanan is the guru on these cars. I mean, I took a photo of this and he went, oh my God, Mobil 1, the Antichrist of engine oils. I don't want to see, do not drive this car. He said, just put it on a transporter and get it straight down here till I get that Mobil 1 shit out of it with your 0W20 oil that it runs. So it needs the big passageways, it needs a big thick oil with the right ZDDP. So we've got to make sure we get the right oil into it as soon as possible. I don't know what's in it. It looks clean. It's got a good level.
Yeah, it's clean, isn't it? But I guess as you
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's nice to know where you're at.
Yeah. So what is the right oil for your Porsche 928? Oh God, let's not go there. This is a religious argument for many people, and I'm just not going to engage, except to say that modern synthetic oils like Mobil 1 0W40 from your local super cheap auto are a fantastic product in the right engine. But Porsche metallurgists are not stupid, and if the handbook, even though it's 40 years old, says 20W50 with a high zinc phosphate Z DDP rating, then that's what you put in. Disagree if you like, don't flame me, fine, I'm a YouTuber, what the hell do I know? Okay, on with the show. Do you want to take on this project, mate? Shake and bake. You're in. So, as you say, the air mass meter in there looks new, eh?
Yep.
That's good. First time you've seen a 928 motor, hey?
Actually, I've seen one in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an automatic like this as well. And
6 out of 7 were automatics of this era.
There you go.
People would go to the dealer and say, I want to test drive a new Porsche. And they'd say, do you want automatic or manual? And they go, oh, manual, of course. So they drive one. And a really long throw, balky gearbox. So they said, now try the auto. And they, oh yeah, auto's good.
Yep, yeah.
So they all bought autos. It's a fat cat car.
automatic, just nice, almost a cruiser.
Well, yeah, that's not being fair to it. They're a proper GT car when you wind them up.
Sure.
But they're not good at low speed around town, heavy steering and stuff. It's only when you get to open road that things really come alive.
Yes.
50-50 weight balance. Really, really nice cars to drive.
Yep.
So perfect for a Sunday blat up the twisties to get out of town.
Absolutely.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
This twin dizzy thing's weird, isn't it?
It is. It's
Little belt between the two of them.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's all proprietary Porsche, ground up design. They just didn't have the resources to develop their own automatic transmission. The manual's all theirs, but the automatic they borrowed from Mercedes.
Interesting.
A viscous fan.
Yeah, viscous. Yeah.
That's about the right viscosity.
Yep.
I'm going to try and do as little work as possible on this car and let you do it. These bare radiators, oh God, with the two tanks on either side, oil tank this side, oil tank this side. A lot of people do what's called an RMB, they call it, rear muffler bypass, but it's not a bypass at all, it's a delete. This thing weighs a ton,
Wow.
that rear muffler, and you can get a, well, this one you can't. There's normally a flange here
Okay.
that we can just unbolt the thing and replace it.
Yep.
It's actually a rear muffler delete, RMD.
RMD,
You know.
I see.
3 mufflers, you notice.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and it's still loud, so you need them.
Yeah, it all looks in pretty good order though, like, you know, a bit of corrosion here and there, but like overall, Sachs.
Sachs?
Yep, Sachs, they're called Super Touring.
Okay.
Adjustable too, made by ZF. Yeah, no leaks.
Right, playing the drive shafts. It's moving in and out, that's okay, but no
Yeah.
twist. Yeah, not much play there. What do you
No.
reckon?
Look at aluminium subframe, that's pretty impressive. And yeah, you're right, gearbox in the back, how?
Yeah, that helps 50-50 distribution.
Yeah,
I've had this pan off before, and there's little Allen keys you can adjust to change the gearbox behaviour, to
Wow.
change the, but it's not something I'm going to fiddle with at all.
yes.
We're just going to leave it alone.
No real leaks there, you know, it looks pretty good.
See if it's dry up the sharp end.
Yeah. Big starter motor, easy to get to that.
Yep. I've never seen one this dry.
Yeah,
Oh, I love it.
absolutely. It's
Oh,
just
a little bit.
we have
What have we
just
got here?
a couple of drips near the. Oh, it's actually coming from a bit higher,
Is it?
up near
Oh.
the cylinder head. You can sort of see.
Oh dear.
See, it's coming.
Oh yeah, it is coming all the way down. Cam cover.
Cam cover, maybe the camshaft seal, perhaps. Interesting. It's got an air-cooled alternator.
I like what I'm seeing. And new splitter. These front spoilers get wiped out.
Yes.
And I saw there's an invoice for that. There's normally a grill here.
Oh, yes.
I don't know where it is. It's just
Yep.
like a 3-slotter.
Wow. Yeah. Look at that.
Oh look, and this is new. Tie rods.
Yep.
Bushes.
Done the steering rack boots.
A couple of years ago, when the owner before last sold it, he's obviously gone to the Porsche Melbourne Centre and they said, just leave it with us and we'll tidy it up.
Yep.
Left him with a $15,000 bill for
Yeah.
fuel pumps and
Yeah,
air mass
everything.
meters and distributor rotors and tie rods and bushings and
It's just a small service.
oh, you found something already?
You can just see up the back there.
Oh yeah.
Just a bit of movement in there.
The air conditioning compressor.
Yeah, you can just sort of see.
Oh yeah.
See the belt's just on an angle, so it needs a new belt.
Oh yeah, right. It is too.
Yeah, see how it's just on
Oh,
the
it
angle,
is. It's running at quite an angle.
Yeah.
That's no good.
So
Adjustment thing.
I'd say the belt isn't it's either worn and it's not sitting square in the groove, and maybe the incorrect belt. I reckon the correct belt's a bit narrower because it looks like it's not quite even in the groove fully.
Yeah.
Or it could be a worn groove in the pulley as well.
But that just doesn't look.
Yeah, it looks sort of
It looks fabricated.
homemade, sort of.
I'm showing my ignorance here, folks.
It's
I know a little, but just enough to get into trouble. Bruce is a funny guy. You know, when I first contacted him, I rang him up and said, "You don't know me, but I'm thinking of buying a 928." And he said, "I'm just on the ski slopes with my family at the moment, so I can't really talk." And I said, "Oh, sorry, I'll call you later."
yes.
And he then proceeded to talk for 45 minutes in one long sentence, telling me all about 928s and things to watch out for and stuff.
Wow.
So he's that kind of guy. He'll look at it and he'll
Find
go,
all the bits.
"Oh my God, it's a basket case.
Yes.
Just put it in the bin. I've got a skip outside. Just put it straight in the skip." You know, that's what he'll say.
We'll call Sims.
You just wait and see. That's my prediction. You got some play there.
Yeah, just a little bit in the bearing there. See what the other side's like. Some cars, like old Mercedes, all have play. Yeah, that's rock solid.
They're not a limited slip diff or anything. It's just
Oh, yep, just a.
very old school. Seems pretty good. Geez, it's solid.
Yeah,
The
that's.
size of these uprights.
Oh, everything's.
Everything's really engineered, isn't it? Now they had a special. This trailing arm design is called a Weissach rear axle, and it was designed such that normal cars, when you lift off, it creates instability because the toe at the rear changes.
Yes.
Anyway, this reversed the way that works. So as you back off, you get more stability. So they're really good on trailing throttle into corners. You know, they're a really stable rear end, and
Sure.
you notice it when you drive the car. But yeah, it was a Porsche patent designed this whole the way the rear axle,
Yes.
rear suspension works. Fun and totally useless fact: Weissach is actually named after the town of Weissach, where the axle was developed. But it also is an acronym for Winkeleinstellender Selbststabilisierender Ausgleichscharakteristik, which means angle adjusting, self-stabilizing equalization characteristic.
Interesting that they got steel rear control arms, but the fronts are alloy. Oh,
This is the battery box.
oh, yep, wow. See, they've used every bit of room, haven't they?
There's such a heavy battery, it just helps with the weight distribution.
Definitely.
50-50. I mean, when she's up and going, maybe you can borrow it for a weekend or something and just take it for a run and just see what you think, because they have a completely different character on the open road,
Yes.
and I think you'd probably enjoy it.
Yeah, you can't really pick, it's an old car.
34-year-old car,
Yeah, it's
looking pretty sharp, isn't
It
it?
is. All the pans, even, the typical scrapes you get when you drive over things. There's not too many of them.
I think it's been looked after.
There's a couple of witness of a jack
Oh, yeah.
here and there, but
Yeah.
most cars have that. You can mention that to Bruce and say, "Hey, Bruce, what's the go with the front bearings?"
Or he'll go, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
That's my Bruce impression. He goes, "Don't even think about driving this car home."
I shouldn't say any more because
You don't know him. You never met him.
But it sounds like he knows his stuff. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
and his son Sean. I think
Sean.
Sean's the guru.
Is he okay?
Top driver too. See, Bruce, I puffed you up. 5% discount on the next invoice. We just have to find a way to tidy up your workshop because it's not YouTube friendly.
That's right.
All right, let's go for a drive.
Yep.
You want to do that?
Good. The throttle's got a fair bit of push
There's a lot of
before
torque. Yeah,
it
anything
actually
happens.
takes up.
Yeah.
But it feels good though.
It's quite tight, isn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, the steering like straight away. All right, just hold on. We'll do our brake test. Thank you.
Now what these cars do is they start in first, and before you even notice, slot second there, it's
Yep.
already in second, and it's quite lazy, and then it'll pick up third again very early. There's third there.
Yes.
So what you can do to prevent that, if you want to actually take off briskly, is it doesn't go back to 1, but it goes back to 2. Let's pull it back to second
Yes.
now.
Yep.
So when you come to a stop, and it'll hold first a lot longer. So says first. So a lot of people take off, and you go, now I want it to change, so I go second, and then back again. Then I'll hold second.
Oh, I see.
And then, so you can kind of drive it like a manual like that. Now I'll get third.
Yeah.
If otherwise, it'll just be very lazy, and it'll just slot second, third, and fourth before you're hardly moving. Very low scuttle, isn't it? It's nice the view out, isn't it?
Even though the screen's on a big angle, it still has excellent view.
Interestingly, when you adjust the steering wheel up and down, it doesn't go in and out, but lift it up and down, and the whole thing moves.
Oh yeah, it does too. It sounds good at around that 2000 mark, just.
Yeah. Maximum torque's at 4.3, so it's quite high. You know, for a V8 it'd normally be lower than that. For all my enthusiasm for EVs and stuff, this thing is single-handedly going to undo the good of about half a dozen Teslas, I'm afraid. Go on then. Starts to sound good at the top end, doesn't it?
Definitely.
It's got that cultured European V8 kind of sound.
It's a 4-speed?
4-speed auto.
4-speed, yep.
Up till the year before this, they were 3-speed.
Yep.
So first gear ran to 110, second gear ran to 160 k's an hour, and third gear ran to 240.
Oh, right.
You know, that's stupidly wide space gearing.
Yes, absolutely.
Totally inappropropriate for our country with 110 speed limit. So the 4-speed helped fix that. They've actually put in one gear at the bottom and just moved second up a little bit.
Yep. Right.
So it kept the same top speed. It just brought the ratios a bit closer.
Oh, it cruises along really well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No knocks in the suspension, really.
I'm glad you approve.
Yeah, it's you know, I think you can tell someone's cared for this car.
Yeah.
So clip on.
See you, mate. Righto. Let's go get some number plates. It's funny, I wonder if the classic car market has fallen off a little bit. You know, I think I got lucky selling the Porsches last year, the other ones, but I think there were very few of these on the market, and they're asking big prices but not moving. Now there's a lot on the market, they're still asking big prices and none of them are moving. And you're going, But on the other hand, when they do go to auction, the good ones do reasonably well. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter, because we're going to make it into a keeper. We're going to get it tidy, looking lovely, and keep it. It's funny how I used to think these were really fast. They're not.
They sound good anyway.
So we're starting with a good base. Next stop, number plates, and then the dreaded visit to Buchanan Automotive to see Bruce and Sean, who will no doubt read me the riot act and tell me all the things I simply have to do and how irresponsible I am for even driving the car at all without doing these things first. Now, a final disclaimer. Don't trust me. Like most YouTubers, I don't know what I'm talking about. And even if I do, how would you know? The aforementioned Bruce Buchanan has seen this video and he's sent me an essay of small corrections and qualifications. Look, I'm not far off the mark, but best that you hear this stuff directly from Bruce, in his own words. He's very entertaining. So I look forward to doing a video with him very soon. Thanks for watching. See you next time.